Hello friends, welcome to another YouTube wire wrapping tutorial. Today I am going to wrap this raw Celestite, and it's a little different from the other couple things I've wrapped so far because this is raw, so it doesn't come nice and smooth and regular all the time. Sometimes you do get that when you buy Celestite, but usually you just get what you get. And a lot of times you can find some way to wrap it, just depends. So we're gonna do a small one today. He's about a little bit bigger than my thumb nail or my fingertip, and he's a little wider and thinner. So because he's wider, I think I am gonna go ahead and try 4 strands of wire. So I've already pre-cut those to about 9 inches or so. This is a smaller stone, so it won't take as much wire. So I'll take the first 2, bend them, find the middle, and then I'll take my other 2, line them up, bend them to find the middle, but where your pinky is, take those, wire over wire, and twist once and twice. And now remember that the hoop that you make as your base, you want it to be smaller than the girth of the stone. That way it doesn't, your stone doesn't slip through the wire. So just keep that in mind. And then also keep in mind how you want your stone to lay on the body. So I always lay it down on a flat surface. However it lays best and flat, that's how I decide how it will lay, what side is what. So bend this twice, and then I pull these opposite ends apart to kind of make that circular shape. Take one of your wires that you bent in half, slip it through, twist once, try to hang on to it, twist twice. And then this is where I go ahead and start attaching the other wires. You can decide how big you want your little honeycomb shapes to be. I do prefer smaller usually, that way it just seems to fit any stone. 1, 2, flip it around. Take your other wire that you bent in half, slip it through. 1 and 2. Make sure it's in the middle. Try to hold it. 1, 2, and 1, 2. So you have your little flower shape. So if I want the stone to lay like this being the top, I'm just going to kind of fit this best I can into that base hole and start folding, or kind of smashing the wire up against the stone. There we go. And start wherever you like, and closest wire to closest wire, twist twice. One and 2. Oh, my camera's fallen. I have it rigged with tape because it doesn't like to suction. Sorry about that. Okay. Closest wire to closest wire. 1, 2. And 1, 2. So we'll see where we're at so far. And then once I get that first row tied together, if you will, I like to go ahead and come down, push all of these little wires up against the stone. That way you don't have any slack going on. It's not focusing. There we go. So just pushed all the wires up against the stone. Nice and snug. All right. And actually, if you've noticed, we're getting kind of close to where I want my bail to be, where you put the necklace through. So I actually might just even stop there. Some of these on the small stones, you really don't have to do a lot of work to complete it because they're so little and short. So if I want my bail to be right here, I could continue on this side to keep wrapping. Let's see if I can see what that would look like if I chose to do it, because it just might be a little too much. Yeah, I would have to twist these together. I don't think I want to do that, but just know you can. It's hard to mess these up. I mean, you kind of do whatever you want. All right, so I'm gonna take the front and the back wires, pull them nice and tight, and then kind of just angle them to where you want that bail to start. So if I want it to be about here, sorry guys, this is a horrible contraption. Okay. I want it to be up here where it points. So I went ahead and twisted those two together. Stick this one up. And then we're going to take these and come around and join it up with what you left sticking straight up. And I like to twist these just to make sure that they're stable, a little bit more structurally sound, and you don't have like loose wires everywhere. Many reasons why I do it that way. It just seems to work. Fold your bail over. There we go. Trying to do this from a side angle so you can see. One, two, three wraps. And then I start tucking into my bail. One side at a time. I will show you too which wire I'm using specifically for this stone, because I did forget to show you that. You can kind of pull these apart to give yourself a little bit more room to work with. Which I think I'll do. There we go. Because we can always go back and reshape that toward the end. Take my other wire through the other side now. does get a little hairy with all the wires jumping around everywhere. Wrap it around a few times. And we're just twisting that end of the wire around, make sure it's not sharp. All right, and then we take this last end here, make sure it's nice and flat up against the stone. So unprofessional. Okay, and then I like to take this last piece and come up and behind your back wires. And you can kind of adjust where your bail is sitting towards the end here. All right. And then I come around twice usually. One, two, around the base, and pick a side, any side. Wrap this around a couple times. And tuck this wire so that it's not sharp to the touch. Flip into the other side. Tucking this wire so it's not sharp. There we go. So that's what we have so far. It's pretty. And I do try to make both sides visually pleasing as far as the pattern goes, as far as, you know, if you want to wear it on either side, you can. I try to. So either side really does look very good. All right. Now we just untangle these enough to be able to pull one wire at a time, and then just start wrapping. So however thick you like that base of the bail, you can kind of decide. I do tend to do like 2 or 3 wraps and call it good. I don't like it to be too chunky. There we go. And we'll take another. I'll put a little more at the base here. And we'll switch sides that we wrap on. Two twists around. Pretty. Cat cat's crying at the door. Pretty. All right, one wire left. I like that. Just bring it around to this side. Start folding. Make sure nothing's sharp. There we go. Do your last reshaping. I like that. And there you have him. It's pretty. I really do like these smaller scale Celestite stones. And people seem to as well. Here's a big one in comparison, and it's just real chunky. They just get a little heavier is the only difference, but the big ones are super cute too. And that's how it will lay. Or you could flip it. Doesn't lay as perfectly, but when you wear it and you're laying it on a chest, I mean, your chest isn't completely flat. I mean, it is, but once it's on a cord, it doesn't matter so much. I just like to pick the flatter side is all. And the wire I used for this project, it's kind of falling apart because it's getting toward the end, but it's artistic wire. It's a gold color. I have not had tarnishing issues with this color. I just really like this particular gold. It looks like true gold. It doesn't look yellow. And it's 28 gauge. 28 gauge is the thickness that I really enjoy using. It's easy to work with. So that's it. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy it. This was our first rough piece that we've done, and it looks just as good as anything smooth and tumbled. Just got to find a way to work with it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.